In the previous lesson, I introduced you to the cryptocurrency market. I talked a little bit about what it is, how it moves, and how it works in general, and so on. But in this lesson, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the cryptocurrency space, and I'm going to show you how to create your cryptocurrency watch list. So this lesson is going to be pretty simple, but it's a must. It's something that you need to do. You need to know how to create your cryptocurrency watch list. So with that said, this entire lesson will be on the chart, so let's jump right into it. So currently, within the cryptocurrency space, the market in general is growing day by day. So we have over 100 different cryptocurrency pairs or crypto assets that we can trade. So different cryptocurrencies and so on. So there's many of them to choose from, but there's only really a few that are really worth it to trade on a regular daily basis or even to invest in. There's a lot of different cryptocurrencies and crypto assets out there that are not as good, right? Obviously, it's very similar to the stock market as well and to the cryptocurrency market, right? Within the stock market, there's companies that just are not as good as some of the companies in the top, right? Same thing within the cryptocurrency, within the currency space. We are focusing on the major currencies, and we're not really focusing on the exotic currencies that are not as popular because they're more volatile and so on, right? So it's the same thing within the cryptocurrency market. We're going to be focusing on the major cryptocurrencies, right? The ones that are very popular that everybody who is trading and investing within the cryptocurrency space is talking about, right? And then we're not really going to focus much on kind of like the exotics, the cryptocurrencies or the crypto assets that are not as popular. So with that said, when we look at the chart here, the first thing that I want to show you is cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. So this is a website called CoinMarketCap. There's many different websites out there like it, where again, you can search the size of the cryptocurrency market. So if you just search cryptocurrency market capitalization, where you're gonna have a list of different websites that you can look at and pick your favorite, right? The one that I use the most is CoinMarketCap. So again, when we look at this website, right away what we see is the market capitalization of every single cryptocurrency, right? So in other words, that is the size of Bitcoin within the cryptocurrency space. That is the size of Ethereum, of Ripple, and so on, right? So the one thing that we want to focus on is we want to be focusing on the largest cryptocurrencies, right? So the easiest way to do that is to just search cryptocurrencies by market cap, right? Which are the largest by market cap. And we're going to have a list of 20 or a list of 10 or a list of 30, right? 40, depending on how many you want to focus on, right? So these are all in the hundreds of millions, right? So they're all pretty big. But the farther we continue going, right? I have at the top 100 here, and they're still in 40 million. So obviously it's not like the Forex market where, you know, it's a $1 trillion industry, but this will eventually become a $1 trillion industry, right? Total market cap at this point, 240 billion, right? So it's pretty big, but it's still not in the trillions. Eventually it will get there. But from now on, the currencies that you can focus on, you can choose. You can focus on the top 10 as an example. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, right? Litecoin, Binance, EOS, Stellar, Tron, and so on. You can continue going to the top 20. There's some other good, really interesting ones like Monero, Cardano, Neo, right? IOTA. IOTA, there is a really interesting one as well that you might want to dig into. Dash, Maker, and so on. There's a lot of really interesting ones. Zcash, which is kind of like a interesting one that you might also want to look into. I mean, 0x protocol. There's a lot of different cryptocurrencies that you might want to kind of get familiar with. So one of the best ways to get familiar with the market in general is to understand what every single one of them is. I mean, you trade the stock market, you don't even have to trade the stock market, but you know what Apple is, you know what Microsoft is, you know what Tesla is, right? You know what Samsung, LG, and those major brands, you know what they are. You've heard about them. You've known about them for years. You probably bought their products, right? So trading the stock market is a little bit different because a lot of the times you already know the products, you already know the companies, right? Same thing within the currency market. You know the euro, you know the British pound, you know the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. You've already been familiar with it. Chances are you've already traveled to those countries and you've exchanged currency previously, right? But when it comes to the cryptocurrency space, a lot of people don't know what these crypto assets are, what these cryptocurrencies are, and what the characteristics of every single one of them is. Now, I'm not saying that you should know every single one of them, right? But I would scan to get familiar with them. I would scan through every single one of them and learn a little bit, right? So you can click on it and you can find a little description about Bitcoin as an example. You can click on EOS, and scroll to the About section and just learn a little bit about it, right? And so on, and just kind of scan through the top 10, then scan through the top 20, then eventually scan through the top 30, then 40, and just kind of get familiar with the market, right? And this is kind of like your homework. So some of you might already be very familiar with it. Some of you may not. You might be brand new to the cryptocurrency space. So you have to do a little bit of learning within it, just so you understand what you're investing, what you're actually trading, right? So that's the difference. Now, from a trading point of view, right? Another thing, if you're day trading cryptocurrency, right? Market cap is great because that's telling us the size of the currency within the cryptocurrency space. But if you look at volume, 24-hour volume, you'll notice that again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Tron, Neo, right? These fall within pretty heavily traded, they're pretty heavily traded on a daily basis. The volume within the last 24 hours has been pretty high, right? And some of these are Dash is 22, Ethereum Classic is 23 within the market cap size, right? And there's many different ones that all of a sudden become popular because of the 24-hour volume. So when they spike like this, within 24 hours, the volume increases, there's typically some kind of development within that cryptocurrency itself, right? And that's something that you need to understand. So the one thing that you can do is take that list, the top 10, and add it here for yourself. So what I have for myself is pretty much I have a top 10. My broker that I use is Bitfinex, right? So that's the one that I use myself is Bitfinex. But whatever broker that it is that you use, I've used many over the years. Coinbase, Kraken, Bitfinex, Binance, and I still have access to every single one of them. At this point, as I'm recording this video, I'm using Bitfinex. Over the years, I might change. But make a list for yourself of the top 10, maybe the top 20, toss in any other cryptocurrencies that you would be interested in investing or trading, and just make yourself a list of 10 or a list of 15 or a list of 20. I would say 20 max at this point, and that list will evolve over time. So with that said, that's kind of a little bit of how you create your cryptocurrency watch list, right? I would focus on the largest market cap and also the largest in 24-hour volume, but as you read through the different cryptocurrencies, you might become interested in one or another. So toss it into your list as well. So that is it for now. I'll chat to you next time. Take care.